So very good morning, students. So today we shall be discussing the next chapter for 12th standard English compulsory, that is chapter 1.4, which is big data, big insights. So as we progress in the chapter, let us first see the icebreakers of the chapter. So give business suggestions to the respective industry or company for the following situation one is done for you. So there are some businesses and industries and some companies and situations are given to you, and for that situation you have to give a suggestion, means you have to put your idea in front of them. For example, you have received data, you have received some data, particular data, that many passengers prefer morning flights between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. from Mumbai to Delhi. So what is the suggestion you would like to give to that particular industry or companies? That increase the number of flights between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. So this is the suggestion that we can give to that particular company or that particular industry, that you should somehow increase the number of flights. So next is, many students are opting for UPSC and MPSC exams. So the students, the aspirants which are seeking or trying for UPSC and MPSC exams, what is the suggestion you would like to give to that particular industry? We can say the increase the number of examination centers for the UPSC and MPSC aspirants, and we should also give free coaching to these aspirants who are trying for UPSC and MPSC. Next is, many people go for morning walk to Kamla Nehru Park. What is the suggestion? We can give the suggestion that build modern parks for people, or you can add modern types of machines or somehow exercise machines for these people, increase the time of that particular park, or open up more modern parks for people who are going for morning walk. So the next question is, many people buy clothes from miracle.com and online shopping site. So instead of miracle.com, we will talk about maybe amazon.com or flipkart.com. So people are buying clothes from this particular site, that is miracle.com. Similarly, we can give them the suggestion to increase offers and discounts for the people, or many paying options, or many any else thing. So the next is, the viewership on television is more between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Viewership means people watch television mostly between 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is the evening time, also known as the prime time. So what suggestion would we give to that particular industry? The suggestion we can give, that increase the advertisements. So the maximum advertisements that should be broadcasted or telecasted should be between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. or telecast trending TV shows in prime time. So if you're one who loves to lounge on the TV in the evenings and watch your favorite television program, or maybe any game, so we will come this particular thing will come in your notice, that most of the trending TV shows or maybe a web series or any sports game will be between this particular time, that is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., also known as the prime time. So this particular suggestion is fit for this particular situation. Next, people get information from various sources. Can you name a few? So the sources of information in modern times, such as today, are different. The first is given for you, it is Facebook. So people can get information from Facebook. So the sources of information in the modern times can be Google, that is a search engine. So nowadays, if people have problems, we usually don't go to find people for them or sources for them. We directly go to the Google. Everybody has the internet. You go to the Google, you type in your problem, and you find the solution or you find the information. Then you rather have YouTube and MetCafe. This is the OTT platform. So YouTube is basically there are many more videos. Similar, MetCafe is there for information. Then there are newspapers. This is the best method and the ancient one, which is still really fresh in the modern times. Also, you can go through the newspapers, you can go to a library, read a book on that particular piece of information, gather more information about that. So this is a modern one, which is the blog. So you can have blogs over the internet. You just search over Google about a particular information, you will find a number of blogs which have information which you want. So you can have a variety of that. Then you have the television and the radio. So these are also the various sources that a person can try to get information. So our today's chapter is basically about something which everybody is using, and somebody where today it has become a very important part in our life. So we are going to talk about data here. So what is data? What do you mean by data? What do you mean by big data and big insights? So data here is nothing but information. In the modern times when people are using the internet, the mobile services, okay, so here the data here is the information. So what are the various methods one can get information? We have just seen back in our icebreakers question and answers. What is this data? Data means information. What is the use of the information we are going to learn in this particular chapter? So big data or data means information here. Big data, big insights. Insights means perception, means a view, a particular type of idea. So with information, what are the big ideas a person can have? So let us begin with our chapter. There is a revolution in the lifestyle of people which has been affected by big data. So what do you mean by revolution? Revolution here. So in terms of a revolution here, we will talk about a revolution is a sudden change. We cannot use the word revolution here. We can say we have evolved, evolution. There is a evolution in the lifestyle of people which has been affected by big data. So the information that you have around us has somehow changed the lifestyle of the people around us. Our food habits, our healthcare, our traveling, our scientific pursuit, you name it, everything has changed 360 degrees. That means everything has changed around. Whatever we think, whatever we do has all changed because of this data. The massive data available with us can really work wonders. Friends, do you know what happens when we like a post on Facebook or share a post on WhatsApp, visit any website, make online purchase or watch videos? So many of you, or I'll say that rather everybody right now is using this multimedia platforms, also known as the OTT platforms, so social media platforms. So do you actually know that what happens when you like somebody's post? Okay, when you just open your Facebook, you're liking somebody's photo, you're liking somebody's video, you're sharing it, you're sharing somebody's post, you're chatting on WhatsApp. Do you know what happens when you go to some particular website, you make some online purchase on maybe Amazon or maybe on Facebook, or you go on Flipkart? What happens? Or watch videos, okay, what type of videos you watch over YouTube? So all those things, do you know what happens when you do all these things? Yes, whatever activity we do online is recorded, monitored and analyzed. So what happens when you do all these things? Your data is on online, it is recorded, monitored and analyzed. Recorded in the sense that which particular sites you visit, what types of videos you show on see on YouTube, or everything is recorded and monitored and analyzed. Analyzed means it is studied. So a huge amount of data is collected. Data means information regarding you, information which is related with you, information which deals with your likes and your dislikes. This all is recorded, monitored and analyzed. Let me give you an idea of how huge the data might be. So let us understand this data which is being collected is how huge. Okay, big data can be petabytes or exabytes of data consisting of billions to trillions of records of millions of people, all from different sources. For example, web sales, customer contact center, social media, mobile data and so on. So first let us just break all these lines and understand. Let me give you an idea of how huge the data might be. To understand this, you should be very clear with these particular terms of data such as petabyte and exabyte. So first let us first understand that this particular thing, that what is this data all about. So if you are somebody who's related with computers, you will understand that one bit, so the data that is stored on the computers or the data which is stored anywhere in the field of computer is something with bit, bytes, MB, KB, GP on all those things. So this is a short information for you. This particular what is the data which is stored, it is in which format? So the information is in bits, bytes, kilobytes, megabytes. So this particular small information is for you. I'll just read it out to you so you will understand this. So the information that is being collected from you is in actually petabytes. Now how much is petabyte? To understand that, you should understand that information which is stored on the computer is in bits and bytes. So 1 KB is around 1024 bytes, 1 MB is equal to around 1024 kilobytes. So 1 GB is around 124 megabyte, 1 TB is around 1024 gigabytes, 1 PB is around 1024 terabytes, 1 EB is around 1024 petabytes. So this entire structure shows the data. So in simple words, if I'll try to tell you what is this data all about, see here. Say that you have a particular pen drive of worth 16 GB. So in this 16 GB of pen drive, you can store a number of things. You can store your favorite songs, your movies, some college work, some what do you say, housework, anything you can save in that. So understand that the data which is connected with all of us is in PB, that is petabytes, that is thousands and thousands of gigabytes. So such information is stored on the it is stored somewhere, and this is known as big data. So this data, which consists of billions of trillions of records of millions of people. Now this is also actually a new term. Now this also should be cleared, such as millions, billions and trillions. So the records here, 1 million is actually 10 lakhs. So 10 record of 10 lakhs of people is in billions and trillions. So 1 billion is actually equal to 1000 millions, and 1 trillion is equal to 1000 billions. So just try to understand how much large scale of data is being collected all over the globe. So all this data is from different sources. The sources can be web, means when a particular person uses web, his data will be stored. Sales, customer, contact center, social media, mobile data and so on. The data available to industries and companies is enormously increasing in volume, variation, velocity, veracity and value. So these terms also needed to be understood here. What are the meanings of volume? Volume means how much data is being corrected. Variation means different types of data. Velocity, at which speed it is being collected. So veracity here means how accurate that particular data is, and value means what importance this data has. So data has importance. Everything which is related with you or something which is about you is very important. Such a big data is easy to obtain, about so massive that it challenges the current computing technologies, and hence big data analytics is used to give insight that were previously incomprehensible. So all this data is actually about the people, and we are going to talk about this data which was once thought that it is impossible to collect. Such in what is incomprehensible means it was impossible to collect so much data, so much information about so many people. So here, instead of using this big data word again and again to confuse you, we shall be using this as information. This is all information about you. So the information analytics is the complex process of examining large and varied information sets for big information to uncover information. So this all information is collected. Why is this collected? It is collected to understand you, understand us in a better way, such as hidden patterns, unknown correlation, market trends and customer preferences. So this all data is actually collected in order to know about your preferences. What do you like? What do you want to have? Since see, it is the age of modern age, and people are mostly buying things from the online source, not from the offline source. Hence it is really important, it has become important for everybody to understand a person's preference, what he likes and what he dislikes. So this information, this big data is collected to understand that particular person's preferences. With such a huge data available with the industry, they can have innumerable advantages. Hence all the industries are trying to reap the maximum benefit from it. So this information which is related with you, this information which is collected from you, is for whom? It is for the industries that we use, all those people or all those objects that we use, all those facilities that we have. So these people, the industries which provide these facilities to us, it is for them. Many industries have advanced by miles from their competitors. It's not amount of data that important, but what the organizations do with the data what matters. So there are many competitors or many people who are trying to fulfill your needs. So they are known as competitors. So it is not important how much data they have. It is important how they are trying to fulfill your particular preferences or your wishes. So let us understand the uses of big data. See, the first use of big data or big information is location tracking. Location tracking means see, big data has been useful in identifying and tracking exact location of a place. So location tracking here means to find a particular place. Now everybody's phone has a small icon on his particular phone which shows location. So what is the use of that particular thing? It shows your location. So it shows your location means it actually shows your position to the people. So your data is being recorded with geographical positioning and radio frequency identification sensors. We get the real-time data about traffic congestion on a particular route. You can plan your own route according to the travel time and transportation of goods. So this location and tracking is useful for you yourself. Say that you are your particular example, I'll give you in easy words, that what is the actual use of location and tracking for you. Say that you are a particular person who has visited Pune or a big city like Mumbai for the very first time, and you do not know to find a particular place, you know only the address. What shall you do? So how can this location and tracking help you? See, location and tracking can help you very easily. That is, you open your phone, you go to the Google Maps. Okay, so this Google and Maps use the same location tracking system for you. You type your address in this particular application, and then it shows you routes. So this is the use of location and tracking. It is just to help the people. It helps the people this information to, it just puts one information from one point to the another point. So with the help of such location and tracking data or information, you can easily find the route where there is lots of traffic, where you can reach from one place to another in a very less time. Okay, you can find which way can you go easier to one particular place. You will come to know about which place has higher traffics at what times of the day, and so on. If you have ordered something online, you can track the location of your goods in transit, and you can also track the condition of that goods. See, in the olden times when people used to send one particular object by any kind of courier services from one place to another, we couldn't track exactly what, where, and which place that particular thing is. Okay, if many of you in the olden times, if you have tried this particular courier service, you will know that that particular person used to give you a number, then you had to call that particular person and ask him that where is my package, and then he could tell him that I am here and here, I'll be reaching in so much time. So but with the help of this location and tracking system, such as Amazon uses it, Flipkart uses it, and many other types of services use them. So now with the help of this, you can find it on your phone exactly where is your good and what is the condition of your good. See, this has immensely helped the logistic companies to reduce risk in transport, improve speed and reliability in the delivery. So what is this logistics companies? So the logistic companies are those people. So logistic companies are those particular companies which do commercial activity of transporting goods from one place to another. So logistics are those companies. So this helps the logistic company. How will it help that particular company? Simple way. They will come to know that which is the and which particular route they can come and deliver their products in that particular time. Their speed will also be improved, the cutoff, the prices will also be cut off, and it will be reliable for you. You can get your particular product in a very less amount of time. So the next use is understanding the weather patterns. In the olden days, there were no sources to understand the weather patterns. So nowadays, with the help of sensors and satellites set up all around the globe, we can come to know about them. Huge amount of data is continuously being received from them. They help us to understand the weather and help in weather forecasting. So the television channels, or there is a forecast station, these particular people can tell you exactly that at which particular place, what type of climate or weather it's going to have. Just a few days ago, there was a forecast on the television that in Maharashtra there will be heavy rainfall up to 17th of this month, and exactly you have received, see, we have exactly received that amount of weather in our area or in our region, that we have received a number of a huge amount of rainfall. So how this was possible? This was possible because of help of the big data, because there are satellites revolving around earth which are sending continuously a lot information. This information is going to be used for us. So this information can be helped it's going to be helpful to us. Now why it is being going to be helpful to us? Because here weather pattern give us warnings of impending natural calamities. Impending means which are going to happen, like floods, earthquakes, tsunamis, etc. Say that this particular forecast system was not there, there were no sensors and satellites, and we were still be in our 1990s, and we would not get the information that there would be huge rainfall. What would happen to the lives of the people? They would not have any information. Then a number of things or bad things could happen. But now we have such technology which can warn the people ahead of time about floods and earthquakes and tsunamis. That's why we can save a lot of people and objects. So hence necessary preparations to combat them can be made well in advance. Combat means to fight them. Somewhere we can do those kinds of preparations where we can prepare ourselves. We can study global warming, predict availability of natural resources like water. So with the help of big data or big information, we can do a number of things which we thought once were impossible. So next is the healthcare industry. So how does big information or big data help in healthcare industry? Today we see that people have become health conscious thanks to the corona pandemic. Mostly the people around the globe which were not health conscious have become health conscious now, but this is a different parts here. The smart watches, other wearable things or devices, health apps in our phone keep and collecting data. We can say that there are own many biomedical research devices. Biomedical devices means something which is what do you say, it has a function, it thinks like its own, it is like a living thing, but it's a machine. They can detect our heart rate, monitor the patient's sleep pattern, keep a record of this exercise, the distance walked, etc. So what is the use of this information? This information can exactly tell you. So nowadays the smart watches system has come in. So this particular smart watch is there, it can calculate your heartbeat, it can track your calories, your sleep pattern, all those things. So what is this information about? This information is related with you. So with the help of this information, a person's daily routine or his entire health process or health record can be recorded. So the analysis of this data collected can give insights and provide a personalized individual feedback to each and every person. So what is the this particular big data help us? This can give you an exact previous health history of particular person. So the analysis is helpful in this particular way. Nowadays we have gadgets to monitor blood sugar, blood pressure. So we have gadgets now which can just within a fraction of minutes could tell you the amount of sugar in your body, the blood pressure, it can tell you your heart rate, your heartbeats. 24/7 monitoring can be provided to patients in hospitals too. So the big data has somehow helped the health industry also in a better way. With the help of big data, the doctors can have better diagnosis of any ailment. The effect of drug unnecessary guesswork can be significantly reduced. So we can get an exact information or exact record of a particular patient. See now, if this big data or big information would not be available, then a particular patient may face a number of things. Because in a lifetime, a person's lifetime, a person may have many doctors, and it would not be possible for a person in the case of any emergency to find all those records. Okay, but now because of this big data, big information, a person can have a number of records at his fingertips. Big data helps in monitoring the outbreaks of epidemics and diseases. Just when we post our message, I'm down with flu on WhatsApp or Facebook, it will be monitored, and the areas affected by flu can be easily located and necessary precautions can be taken. So instead of going with I'm down with flu, we'll go that I'm down with corona. So COVID-19 is actually somehow become a part of our life now. But if I have to give a better example, I will not take the example I'm down with flu. I'll say that I'm down with corona, COVID-19. What should I do? So nowadays there is a particular application which has been launched by the government itself, which can exactly tell you those areas which are under the effect of COVID-19, and you will understand what kind of precautions need to be taken. Pharmaceutical companies would pay huge amount to receive the health data of people to promote research in the particular area. So this particular information which is which comes from big data just helps the pharmaceutical companies to produce that kind of medicines and vaccines which will help to understand and treat the people. With the help of data gathered, individuals are often given suggestions and solutions for problems they are encountering. So nowadays it is not, if it is not possible for a person to go and what do you say, go and diagnose himself, go and check himself with a doctor, he could just use the Facebook or WhatsApp, and he will get the proper guidance, and he can just have the solution of the problem at his fingertips. So this is the end of the first lecture. In the next lecture we shall be discussing the later points and the summary of the chapter.